worry about it.
I got fly.
Sit.
You sit.
Good boy. Hi, I'm Riley and this is Kennedy and we're the Johnsons. And this is the adventures of Riley and Kennedy's homestead, better known as ARK Homestead. So for day one, we're driving in right now, Kennedy and I caravanning into our title company. Plan is we will sign, money's been wired, and from there I'm gonna go straight over to the property and get to work. You know, this is an interesting start to a new portion of our life, and part of it is what our aspirations and goals have aligned to be as a family, and something that we've talked about and been aligned on for years. So now that it's coming to fruition, it's pretty exciting. So this channel is going to be a lot about the basics, you know, what our plans are, the layout, the structure, the how-tos, the wins, the losses. There's going to be a lot of success and failure to look back on, so it'll be fun. Day one continued. Had a phone call with Kennedy, which hung up the last video, but went to where we are now. So post signatures, property is officially ours. So now I'm driving over to the property. Gonna do what, you know, I think makes sense for a day one set of projects. It's gonna be some chainsawing, some clipping of overgrown limbs, walk of the property. Not gonna walk the whole thing today necessarily, but going to do a good bit of work, especially in the bottom fields, just to get something going. And part of that is just to hit the easy wins, but also to start hopefully finding a way to get the big tractor out there, mow the field, have the whole entire thing mowed down, make it easier for the family to be out there and not be destroyed by ticks every time we go, because they are plentiful. Then gonna start thinking about how we're gonna shape it. There's a lot of thoughts of how we put in a pond, where we put in a pond, what trees we keep and what trees we get rid of. So it'll be fun. It'll be a fun first day experience. I'm trying to race the rain right now, so we'll see if I can beat it, at least for a little while. As I pull through this area, I mean, like, you can see partially what needs to be maintained. There's just a lot of rutted out area up here, a lot of water that's standing because there's just no good flow off of the road. We could probably drive the van in here. It just wouldn't be a comfortable drive, that's for sure. So it's always nice to have the truck, have four-wheel just in case. So like stuff like this divot on the right, there's some pretty deep stuff that can be problematic. Also just lots and lots of bouncing. So as we go through though, it's, I would say, almost a half mile between properties. So Jackie there owns like 5 acres, and then where we are now is in National Forest. So this is the Daniel Boone National Forest, and there's, I mean, a good chunk of it just surrounding our property. But That being said, this is supposed to be maintained by the county. I'll make a call out them to, today again to just ask them if they can get out here and start maintaining, or what I have to do in order to get it maintained in general. Anyways, we'll start looking at what we have as far as projects for today. So this is a culvert that, I mean, it seems to be all right, but it is definitely, and you can see it's had its run, where now I need to dig it out, and that's something I'm going to do today. So I think making sure my road is usable is going to be huge. Once again, I wish the county did it, but I'm not going to bank on other people to do their job in order for me to live here, right? So it's kind of the whole thing. So we'll start here, we'll dig this out, work our way around it, try and fill in this big old divot, probably just rip out some of the median here and fill in these gaps, try and rebury part of that culvert at the edges. And then where it comes out is actually interesting, because if you just follow that line all the way through into here, I dug this side out the other week, and that's the only way I knew I was on it, because there's a giant bent up piece of metal right here, but the ground does not feel solid here at all. So I wonder if it's collapsed underneath somewhere, but I'm not getting under there quite yet until I can really rip up all that brush and get down in there. If I'm feeling real froggy today, maybe that's what I'll do. But plenty of projects, so we'll start here and keep moving. Yeah. Well, as we prepare for project 1 to be finished, of just draining the pond out of the road, we're starting to get a little bit of rain. So we'll see if I can continue working, or if it actually starts coming down hard. Then we might get a pause point for day 1, which would be a little sad, to be honest. I'd like to do more, but we'll see what we can do. So I dug this trench out and got it a few inches below what I think is the bottom of this, but we'll dig that out and see what happens with the drainage itself. But let's set this guy up here and just watch the water flow, eh? Clear some of the vegetation there. Get this nice and cleared out. How much of that actually flows out of here. It's like a pretty strong flow. So it's just sucking it down in. We've got this whole area starting from this edge all the way out to that side. Probably about 30 feet at least here. That was holding standing water. And then I know for part of it, it's definitely going to get stuck at that one tire track I pointed out. want to see if it disperses from there, but you can see it's sucking it in pretty good. It's a good flow. You can see it sitting down in there, going in that rut and filling it up. Not necessarily a terrible thing, because it's at least maintained space, but that does mean this side of the field is going to be super wet, and with rain coming, who knows how wet it will stay. So I'll dig that out again a little bit more, make sure I get a continual flow. Once I start seeing the bottom of this, I'll see how much I have to dig, because it looks like it's slow in that median area, just because it's probably a higher point anyways. So I'll just open up some of the channel there, and if I were wearing my boots that I have in the truck, I could just walk on out there without any worries. I don't necessarily want to do that in these boots though. Drag! Oh yeah, look at that. That is just pudding. Run for a minute. Oh, that's nice. Buried plastic lids, naturally. That's why wouldn't people bury their garbage in the middle of the roadway? Oh, in the middle of the woods. Alright. Feels pretty good. So, the reason I keep digging this, because there are just some high points in the channel I'm noticing. They're slowing the flow. I just want to do that. Scrape it down. So I can identify any slow points. So the water just continues to flow down. It's a lot of progress already though. That's a, I mean, that's a quicksand pit right now. I'm not wanting to drive the truck through that again after seeing the softness of the bottom here. There we go. Just waiting for my right foot to slip so I fall in this. Every time I do that reach. Risky business right there. All right. That is mostly drained there. You can see as we look at it, I mean, how just saturated that soil has become. It's crazy wet. That water has been there quite a while. So hopefully with that trench dug, as it continues to rain, it will just go down there and be less and less wet here. This whole week is supposed to be hot. Today was the only day projected for rain, and I hope it stays that way. If so, hopefully this will, you know, dry up and bring the tractor out here and comb it over, make it look pretty again. But yeah, as far as the full drainage, I am not sure the long term of this area with how much it is draining. I'm glad it drained. I think if I really want to go high-spirited on this, I might just dig a full channel all the way across and bring it into that tree line. So that would bring us into the creek, and I'll show you from in here what it would look like distance wise. This would definitely be a tractor project. I would not shovel this part. But you can kind of see that break right in the center of the screen where that channel was dug as the rain's starting to come in better. And then we'll go in here to the thick of it. We'd have to clear out real good to get back into that creek. But I assure you, it's in there. It's just not something I want to crawl through right now. I really hope this rain slows down, because that way I could at least get a little bit more done out here. It's just on and off sprinkling right now, which makes me nervous. All right, so that's our channel over there. So you can see our channel goes to here. I'll show you the creek before battery dies at 4%. So we're cutting it close today. But this little super cool secret space. We got all that. Very different sound in here than out in the field. Really cool. And then wildlife tracks all over the place. Lots and lots of deer. But yeah, this place is abundant in life in all directions. So pretty cool start was the day one. This will be the end of day one, week one, video one. But week one will continue and we'll build on that. But there's the start. Worked the drainage, identified some projects, worked on that culvert a little bit, checked out the creek, just working the second field. And we'll keep looking around at different aspects out here. But that was the first time I parked the truck out here. Made me nervous. But field held up. I mean, you know, if you're putting a big tractor out here, you ought to expect it to hold up. But still made me nervous. So don't want to sink out here. No service to call for help. So another thing that we will talk about at a later date. Till then,